Good morning, researchers. You are welcome in my YouTube channel, My Research Guide. In this session, we will continue the thesis writing. So, in earlier video, we have completed the basic structure, title pages, and abstract. So, now we will start from the introduction chapter. That is the first chapter of the thesis. So, first of all, it is very important to know about the particular chapter, why it is required, what is the meaning, what is the structure, and what is the purpose of a chapter. So, the introduction generally refer to the basic representation justifying the need for the study. So, this chapter is, you can say, give an idea why this study is important, what is the need of this study. And structure of the introduction, so it include the outline of the complete thesis. It provide the background of our research area, briefly discuss the research problem, research aim, objectives, research questions, significance of selected research topic, limitation, and the structure of the thesis. The purpose of this chapter is to engage the reader by providing a brief outline of the concept that would be discussed in the selected research study. So now I think this particular information clear the message, or you can say information, that why this chapter is important, so we can easily include the relevant thing in this chapter. So introduction should cover the background information of your selected research topic. So there is need to explain, first is what is already exist in your research area, means till date what knowledge is available on your research topic, and what are the strength and the deficiencies of the existing knowledge. Introduction for the science and other stream, generally somewhat different. So for science, we can add the few figures or the graph for the better explanation of the content. But in arts and the humanity, we need some important data to make the relevancy of the topic. And at the end of the introduction chapter, there is a need to state how our research is different from the others or the existing research, and we should also connect it to research problem by pointing out the relevance of the subject area. So in introduction, we should start reflecting the background of our research topic in the broad sense. Then we should try to justify the need of the research, need of our study. Then statement of the problem, and show how your research is different from the existing researches. And in this chapter, reference should be cited. If you are taking information from the other sources, then original source should be properly cited. Now, first is opening sentence, means starting. How we start this introduction chapter. So first of all, Introduce the research field, stating the research problem, layout of the chapter. These three main things we have to take care in the opening statements. Introduce your research field, then state the research problem and lay out the chapter. Background of the study. In the background, the secondary research based fact, evidence with references, and foundation of the research and its concept. So this information make a sufficient background of your study. For the research problem, means identify the research gap, identify missing knowledge from the literature, and justify the need to fill the research gap with your study. And in research aim and objective, at least set one aim and 3 to 6 objective to achieve that particular aim. And scholars should be very clear what is your aim and what are the objective to achieve the aim. So there is a little bit confusion with students or scholars are setting their aims and objective. So never mix aim with the objective, both are the separate thing. Aim means what you are doing in your research, and objectives, we are taking few you can say different step to achieve that particular aim. Significance of the study means what would be the contribution of your research work to the academia, what is contribution to the industry and contribution to the country economy or the government. Limitation of your study, there may be any methodological limitation, there may be any conceptual limitation, there may be any theoretical limitation. So if any limitation existed in your case, then please mention. And thesis structure. So structure of the rest of the thesis can be presented in the form of text or the diagram. Means what is the particular structure of the rest of the chapters or part of the thesis. So these are the basic main thing we have to include in the introduction chapter of our thesis. Different step you can follow in the introduction chapter. First of all, take care of the reader interest. Identify the gap. State the background information of your topic. Then back up your topic with the literature. Mention the hypothesis, if any, in your case. Provide the significance of your research. Outline the research questions. State the research objectives. Create an outline. Discuss the methodology and finalize your introduction. So you may follow these steps when you are writing the introduction. Now, during the writing time of introduction, few things scholar have to keep in the mind, like always start with eye-catching opening sentence. So this practice will keep the reader attention focused on your content. Keep it broad, but not too broad. Provide a helpful and relevant information. Relevant background, but no need to write anything that reflect any argument. So take care when you are selecting your words. Not to say anything, you have to say, sorry, not to say everything. You have to say in the introduction. Save some your good material for the other chapters of the thesis. Never expose the complete idea in the introduction. Keep it brief, concise wording, and very briefly introduce in the introduction chapter, and in details you have to mention in the other chapters. Never write about yourself and your supervisor in this chapter. Do not expose the whole idea in the introduction and about your expertise. Do not forget to relate your work with the basic literature. Means you have to use the proper citation of the original source you are taking for the reference purpose. Then next chapter is the literature review chapter. So when we discuss about this chapter, literature review, so in very simple, the literature review chapter is an overview of the existing literature in your research topic or in your research area on your research topic. This chapter should provide a smooth flowing discussion about what research has already done in your research field, what is known about your research topic, what is unknown, and what is contested in relation to your research topic. So scholar can think of it as an integrated review of state of existing knowledge around the selected research topic. So generally scholars use this chapter to give the length to the thesis. But in the actual practice, it is the discussion on the existing literature about your topic, around your topic. So select the good papers 100% relevant to your study, and then try to extract the important information that is relevant to your topic, and then make a smooth flowing discussion to explore what is already available in the literature on your topic, what is yet to be done, or you can say research gap. So this type of the content we have to include in the literature review chapter. So we will discuss in detail everything. So first of all, there is need to know what is the purpose of this chapter, purpose of the literature review. So first of all, we can say to demonstrate your topic knowledge, means it give an you can say evidence that you are expertise in your particular research area. You have read many things about your topic from the existing literature, right? You have understand what is going on, who said what agreed upon, what disagreed upon. Means such type of the question about your topic is clear to you, and this need to be more than just a summary, who said what. There is a requirement to integrate the existing research to show how it all fit together and what is missing. Means you are doing the literature review on your topic and you have selected many papers. So literature review is not just a summary of all the papers, but you have to integrate the existing knowledge and in a such a manner to fit all the existing thing in together, and then you have to identify what is missing, what is unknown in this literature. So this type of the knowledge you should acquire from the literature. So this is the main, or you can say first purpose of this chapter. Then second, to reveal the research gap that your research will fill. So this chapter need to show that there is some missing piece of the knowledge in the literature, in the researcher domain, and then you will justify that our research is original, there is some novelty in your work, and it will contribute some new knowledge to the researcher community. It will help to justify your research topic. Literature always support your selection of your topic. So the second purpose of the literature review is to reveal the gap, and you can easily justify that our research is novel and we are filling the knowledge gap with your research. Next is to lay the foundation for the theoretical framework. So literature review forms the basic for the theoretical framework. But in the every research topic, there is no need to have a theoretical framework. But if any particular topic or any in any particular research area, the theoretical framework is required, then it need to be rooted using literature review. And to inform your methodology. The main purpose, or you can say one of the important role of the literature review, is to inform your methodology. So literature review informs the choice of methodology in your research. So your choice of methodology will influenced by your research aims, objective and questions, because you have reviewed the relevant literature about your topic, around your topic, and you have defined the aims of your research, and to achieve that particular aim you have set few objectives. So when you are setting your objective, then you have to select the particular method, particular approach for completing any task. So the choice of your methodology is also influence the literature review. Given that you will be reviewing study covering a topic close to yours, it makes a sense that you could learn a lot from the methodology. In the during the selection of the particular methodology or the approach, you have to read the many literature or many papers relevant to your study or close to your study, close to your topic. So that would be very clear, or you can say make you sure that your selected methodology is appropriate or it will give the better results. So you are reviewing the literature, you will need to pay close attention to the research design, research methodology, and the methods used in the similar study, and use them to inform your methodology. Suppose you have 20 paper in your hand. So what you will read from the 20 paper when you are selecting your methodology? So at that time, you have to go to the what is the research design in the particular paper, what the methodology used, what methods they follow, and on the basis of this, you can say analysis or the information, you can easily select your methodology and you can justify your methodology with the support of literature. Why you are selecting that particular methodology? So this is also one of the main purpose of the literature review. So what is the purpose? That is very clear, I think. Now, what are the steps in the literature review process? So first is, there is 4 steps in the literature review process. First is define your subject and scope of the review. Then next, after deciding the subject or scope, search the literature from the library, from any online database or other search engines. And your search should be relevant to your topic. So after searching, you have to read and evaluate the sources to determine the suitability to understanding the topic you have in your hand. And then analyze, interpret, and discuss the findings and conclusion of the selected sources. So these are the basic 4 steps for the preparation of literature review. Now, criteria for selecting the literature. Because when you are doing the search from the library, from the online database or any search engine, so how we select the appropriate, or you can say good literature, good papers, good sources for your literature review. So your references should be latest, but never miss the important source that is not latest, or you can say original source. Research paper should be preferred over the review papers, means always prefer the primary sources, and your selected papers, selected sources should be 100% relevant to your topic. Now, literature review. How to write? So generally there is 2 ways to write the literature review. So first is paragraph wise little description, and the second one is running discussion of all the papers. So we will discuss both one by one. First is paragraph wise little description of the paper. It is very clear from this title. We have to write a paragraph for the individual paper in this type of writing. So this paragraph wise literature writing is generally used in the synopsis and thesis, most preferred type of the writing. It gives complete detail of individual paper, whether it is research or the review, in a small paragraph. Suppose in your literature review chapter, you have selected 30 papers, right? So you have to prepare the 30 small paragraph, one for each paper. If you follow this paragraph wise little description method. So when you will start writing under this type, then how to make the paragraph? So what should be main thing? So first is introduction, means you have to give the little introduction about the topic of a individual paper, following the name of author and the year of publication. Then a body, means brief about the actual work done. It may you can say, you may write briefly about the methodology, outcomes, or any unexpected reported result. And then conclusion, means final reporting, in your opinion, in a summary. And you have to you can say explore the significance of that particular paper. So these important information you have to give in a single paragraph about a individual paper. But this method is not generally preferred. We will discuss this thing also in detail. So there is one example of paragraph wise little description of the paper. So you have to start or start with the author's name and year of publication. So you can say Adhirajan et al. 2001. Then what is the thing has been discussed, or you can say little about the main information. So Adhirajan et al. 2001 studied the hair growth activity of mixture of petroleum ether extracted of ABC in various concentration in the form of herbal cream and the herbal oil. It showed excellent hair growth activity as compared to other. So in this way, you have to make the single paragraph for a paper. Now, this method is not look nice and it is not effective method for the presentation of the literature. So now what is the effective method? So we will discuss the second one. So after discussion, you will find that running discussion of all selected paper is better than the paragraph wise little description method. So it means running text from running text from discussing one paper after another in continuous on a particular theme. In this case, you can categorize them on base of paper, method, material, or any target area. It means, suppose you have selected the 40 paper for your literature review, right? So in the earlier method, you have to make the 40 small paragraph, one for the each paper. If you are using running discussion way of writing, then you have to select a particular method, material, or any target area, and then suppose under any method, you are using method A. So you have to start writing about method A, that is your theme. Then from the 40 papers, select all the papers those who have reported about the A and discuss the all the you can say literature or the sources under this theme in a single paragraph. After completion, then select another parameter. Suppose B, then select all the papers those who have reported the B. Then you can provide the information of the sources under the theme. Then select the next one and select all the paper those who reported that particular targeted area and write about them. So in this method, the paragraph is based on the themes, on the selected area, on the selected material, on the selected methods. And this is just like a review paper. If you have already planned a review paper, then you can directly use your review paper in the literature review chapter. So my recommendation is to write a review paper at the initial stage of your research work, and in your thesis you can directly use that paper. You can use figures, table to improve your, or you can say make effective presentation for the better understanding to the readers. So paragraph that follow the meal plan. When you write the things in the literature review, then how to write the thing? What should be the proper method, proper sequence? So first of all, there is need to introduce the main idea. The topic sentence which state the main idea of the paragraph in the author words. So at the initially introduce the main idea, then find the evidences from the literature you have selected and present the information in the paraphrased or in the quoted sentence and use proper citation of the original source. Then analysis of your literature. So in this way you can form the paragraph, or you can analyze the sources and lead out to the conclusion sentence in your own words, which offer the synthesis and wrap up the paragraph and written in the author's own words. So this is about the meal plan. M stand for the main idea, E for evidences, A for analysis, L for lead out. So we can follow these steps in a particular paragraph and our writing would be more effective and accurate. So main idea means a topic sentence which tell the reader the theme that arose in the literature. Means main idea, scholars or the author have to select the main idea as per their research topic, or you can say content. So once you introduce the main idea, then you have to provide the evidences. So paraphrased and cited information from the literature which tell the reader important information related to your theme that is available in the literature. Means it is providing support to your main idea. Then give the analysis. So writer interpretation and the analysis of the evidences which can be used to explain the evidence and the linked idea. You have to make a connection between your main idea and the evidences. So, this will be covered under the analysis. And further, you can repeat the evidences and analysis as required. And at the end, lead out with a conclusion sentence which synthesizes what all of this literature has to say about this theme and conclude the paragraph. So keep this sequence in your mind when you are writing the running discussion for all the selected papers. So there is one example, so it will make the concept more clear. Yes, this is the example. So in this example, the main idea is what is the benefit of the apartment living, right? So for example purpose, or for you can say make it more clear to you. So main idea here in this example is apartments are better than the single family homes for young couples because of community that is available. So this is the main idea introduced by the author. Now, as per the meal plan, we have to you can say provide support to this main idea, means evidences from the sources. So evidence from the first source, and it should be started with the authors and year of publication. So you can see, as by say 2015 explained, young couples living on their own benefit from a relationship with multi-generational neighbors and the friends. This information has been taken from the first source, right? And this is relevant to our main idea. Then second evidence from the second source, in addition, as Bono and Matluba 2016 argued, young couples often do not yet have the secure social networks, so living in the apartment as compared to the home offers the more opportunity to meet the people nearby and create social network close to the home. This evidence also interconnected with our main idea, right? Now we have given the main idea, then we support our idea with the two evidences. Next step is to analysis. So in the analysis, authors or you should write like this: thus apartment living can be beneficial for the relationship building on the basis of these two evidences and our main idea. So author should try to make a connection between the theme, main idea, and the evidences and put the analysis. So apartment living can be beneficial for relationship building. Now you can support with the literature again if you have. So evidence from the third source. Furthermore, having never offers a safety network, because when individuals form communities and social bond, they are more likely to look out for the one another. It has been taken from the third source. So this is also supporting the our opinion, that is the analysis and the main idea. So at the end, lead out. So overall, the literature showed that apartments are beneficial for the young couples because of the relationship they can form, the network they can create, and increase safety. So this type of the conclusion that is supported to all the evidences, our analysis and the main idea. So in this way, scholar have to write the one paragraph on a particular idea or a theme. Now, problem formulation. Problem formulation may be a separate chapter or it may be included in the literature review chapter. It is totally depend upon the requirement of the organization or a particular folder format followed by the institute. So problem formulation consists of just one sentence and should make it clear to everyone. Means what research problem exists, your aim to address, and to whom and where it is relevant. When you are formulating your problem, then you should clear these things. The problem formulation is based on the rationale you raised through your search. The aim of problem formulation is also to set a framework for your research, and a good problem formulation is essential for completing a good study. If you want to complete your research work in a good manner, then you have to frame a good research problem. So, problem formulation is very important. It should be very clear. Now, problem statement. So, first step under the problem statement is to contextualize the problem. And how we do this? So, problem statement should frame your research problem in its particular context and give some background on what is already known about it. Because when you are defining your problem, then it is very important to mention that what is already known about this, what things or what information already reported in the literature about that particular problem. So if your problem is the practical research, then focus on the concrete detail of the situation like this: where and when does the problem arise, who does the problem affect, and what attempts has been made to solve this problem. So using these questions, you can easily contextualize your problem. And if your domain is theoretical research, then you can say just try to answer like what is already known about the problem. Is this problem limited to any particular time period or any particular area? How has the problem been defined and debated in the literature? So in this way you can contextualize your problem for the theoretical as well as for the practical cases. Second is show why it matters, why we need to resolve this problem. So problem statement should also address the relevance of the research. Why is it important that problem is solved? So for practical research problems, the practical research is directly relevant to a specific problem that affect an organization, any institute, any social group, or the society more broadly. So make it clear why your research problem matters. So you can ask this type of the question. First is, what will happen if the problem is not resolved? Who will feel the consequences? And does the problem have wide relevance? And on the other hand, if the problem is theoretical, then just try to answer how will resolving the problem advance understanding of the topic, means what new knowledge or new you can say value addition in the particular topic, what benefit will it have for future research, does the problem have direct or indirect consequences for society. So these questions will answer why this particular problem matters. And next step is to set the aims and objectives. So finally, problem statement should frame how you intend to address the problem. Your goal should not be to find the conclusive solution of that problem, but you have to seek out the reasons behind the problem and propose more effective approaches to tackle, to understand the problem. Sometimes students address the aims and objective in a conclusive, or you can say in the conclusion, or just present a conclusion of the things. But when you are you can say setting your aims and objectives, so aims and objectives should be in this type that you are finding what is the reason why it happens, what are the approaches, so make it more clear. So when you are setting your aim, so aim is overall purpose of your research, and it may be written using these terms like this: the aim of this study is to determine, this project aim to explore, I aim to investigate, like this. And on the other hand, the objectives, so objective are the concrete steps to achieve the aim. So qualitative methods will be used to identify. I will use survey to collect. Using statistical analysis, the research will measure, like this. Means these objectives are different steps scholars will use to achieve the aim of the research. So never, you can say, mix up the aims with the objectives or vice versa. So in this video, we have discussed about the introduction chapter and literature review chapter of the thesis, and rest of the chapter we will discuss in the next video. So thanks for watching this video. Kindly like, comment and share this video with the researchers. Thanks a lot.